Hey guys, it's me. No. 5. Did Indian alchemy forge ancient supermetals? Alchemy, which dates back to ancient India, is considered by many to be a pseudoscience. However, the fact that some of its theories may not hold up under modern scientific scrutiny does not make the field of alchemy any less fascinating. Alchemy was studied for thousands of years all over the world, including Europe, China, and Japan. But perhaps nowhere was alchemy more revered than in India, where it was seen as a sacred practice that could unlock the secrets of the universe. It was here that alchemy became a cornerstone of Hindu culture, deeply intertwined with religion and philosophy. In this episode, we're going to look at how Indian alchemists were able to use ordinary metals like lead to forge extraordinary supermetals with unique properties. Let's get started! Indian alchemy had deep roots in Vedic culture, dating back to the period between 1500 and 500 BCE at that time. The concepts of Ayurveda, yoga, and astrology were all closely linked. And alchemy, known as Rasashastra in Sanskrit, played an important role in understanding these concepts. One of the earliest references to alchemy can be found in the Rig Veda, one of the oldest scriptures in Hinduism. The hymns in the Rig Veda date back to around 1500 BCE and contain references to the creation of the universe from a primordial ocean, using various processes such as churning and filtering. These processes are believed to symbolize the steps involved in alchemy, suggesting that the practice was already well established at that time. But it was during the period between 800 BCE and 200 CE that alchemy really took off in India. During this time, the concept of the three gunas, or qualities, tamasa, rajas, and sattva emerged. Tamas refers to the darkness or ignorance, rajas refers to passion or activity, and sattva refers to purity or enlightenment. These three qualities are believed to be present in all things, including metals. Alchemists believed that by manipulating these qualities, they could transmute base metals into noble ones. The process of transmutation was a complex one and involved several steps. The first step was to purify the metal. This was done by melting the metal and then distilling it to remove impurities. The next step was to calcine the metal, which involved heating it to a high temperature and then grinding it into a powder. The powder was then mixed with various ingredients, including minerals, animal products, and plant extracts, depending on the desired outcome. This mixture was then heated and stirred continuously for several hours, until it reached a particular color or consistency. The final step was to leach the mixture, which involved washing it with water or acids to extract the desired substance. One of the most famous works on Indian alchemy is the Rasayana, or the Compendium of the Essence of Metals, written in the 14th century by the alchemist Naradeva. The text covers a wide range of topics, including the preparation of various medicines, the purification of metals, and the process of attaining immortality. According to the Rasayana Samakaya, there are 8 chief metals: mercury, tin, copper, lead, iron, gold, silver, and zinc. Each of these metals has its own unique properties and is associated with a particular god or goddess. For example, gold is associated with the god of wealth, Kubera, and silver is associated with the goddess of the moon, Chandra. But it's the process of transmutation that truly sets Indian alchemy apart. By manipulating the three gunas, Indian alchemists were able to create new metals with unique properties. One such metal was which was said to have been created by the sage Didichi Muni. Makara was a super metal that was highly prized for its strength and durability. It was also believed to have healing properties and was used to create amulets and talismans. Another super metal was Airavata, named after the elephant-headed god. This metal was said to have been created by the alchemist. It was highly conductive and was used in electrical applications. A third super metal was called Vasuki, named after the great serpent king of the Naga. This metal was highly magnetic and was used in the creation of weapons. The creation of these supermetals required a deep understanding of the properties of different metals and the various processes involved in alchemy. Indian alchemists experimented with different combinations of metals and other substances, such as minerals and plant extracts, to create new alloys with unique properties. They also developed new techniques for purifying metals, which allowed them to create alloys of a higher quality than had been possible before. In addition to their practical applications, Indian alchemists also explored the spiritual significance of metals. They believed that each metal had a unique vibration and that these vibrations could be used to heal the body and balance the mind. For example, mercury was associated with the planet Buddha and was believed to have the power to expand consciousness. Lead was associated with the planet Shani and was believed to help overcome obstacles. Now, you might be wondering what these metals actually looked like and how they were used. Unfortunately, there are no surviving artifacts made of these super metals, because they were mostly destroyed over time due to natural corrosion or were lost due to the lack of systematic archaeological studies in ancient India. However, we can get an idea of what they might have looked like from descriptions in ancient texts. For example, in the Rasayana Samkhya, Naradeva describes the color of gold as being similar to that of a lotus flower. He also describes its luster as being like that of a mirror. These descriptions suggest that the gold created by Indian alchemists would have been highly refined and pure, resulting in a metal of exceptional quality. Similarly, descriptions of silver in ancient texts describe it as having a white luster like that of the full moon. This suggests that Indian alchemists were able to create a very pure form of silver. The process of creating these super metals was not an easy one. It required a lot of time, patience, and skill. The alchemists had to work in a controlled environment, free from any distractions or interruptions. And they had to follow strict rules and procedures to ensure that the process was successful. Despite the difficulty of the process, Indian alchemists were able to create super metals that had unique properties and uses. These metals were highly valued in ancient Indian society and were used for a variety of purposes, including religious rituals, medical treatments, and the creation of weapons. But the impact of Indian alchemy did not end with the creation of these metals. It also led to the development of new techniques and methods that were used in other fields, such as medicine and engineering. For example, the process of distillation, which is used to purify metals, is also used in the production of alcohol and perfumes. And the process of calcination, which is used to heat metals to a high temperature, is used in the production of cement and steel. Despite its many contributions, Indian alchemy eventually fell out of favor as the centuries passed and science and technology advanced. However, its legacy lives on in the works of modern scientists and engineers who continue to use the techniques and methods developed by Indian alchemists to solve complex problems. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We've got lots more fascinating episodes coming up. You won't want to miss them. So join us on our journey through ancient India and discover the secrets of the past with us. Thanks for watching. See you soon.